Hey there, Rival fans! Today I want to discuss with you one issue with Marvel Rivals, and this is team up problem. A lot of people are really not satisfied in some way with the current situation, and here's a really interesting post on Reddit from the Speedox, which describes the situation perfectly and show how mad people actually are about this. So let's start. Why Rocket Raccoon has the only well-designed team-ups? It's already pretty controversial statement, right? Now that they changed Magic team-up mechanic, which you probably know that they changed it with Black Panther, all team-up except Rockets fall under the what I'll call the fluffer category. One player makes the fluffer pick, like Hulk, while another benefits from the fluffer pick, like Iron Man. These team-ups mechanics don't require coordination nor input from both its members. And Venom can literally be dead, and Spidey can still benefit from the symbiosis. Imagine if Wolverine and Deadpool never actually interacted in the most recent Deadpool movie. That was these team-ups are like mechanically. A team-up is supposed to require some amount of coordination and input from at least two heroes, in my humble opinion. That's why Rocket's team-up are the best. With the Groot, Rocket has to actively decide to top on him and his friends, and Groot has to protect him with his positioning. With Punisher and Winter Soldier, Rocket has to decide on the timing of positioning on the ammo dispenser, while its recipients have to make a conscious choice to remain in its area of effect. All parties involved has an active participants to make the dream work. It's an action game, that's how it should be. I can guarantee you that all the top Marvel Rivals players are gonna have their personal fluffers in no time. This is more brain dead than a pocket mercy, as they at least have to remain close to the healing target. With fluffers, they can do what they want and somehow always benefit their teammate. Just existence should provide powerful benefits. Come on now. So, my personal thought about this is, of course, from what we saw previously in the trailers, on the release trailers, when, for example, Hulk, his gamma ray on Iron Man, so Iron Man was infused with his power and was able to use some empowered abilities, it looks awesome. But there's a few problems, and I will mention them later after I will show you what other people think. So, Amedin says, yep, I've been saying this for a while, most of team-ups are only required players to use, and there are often just additional abilities that make the character unbalanced, like Magneto plus Scarlet Witch. Rocket Raccoon, Punisher, Bucky requires more strategic thinking. Rocking Jeff and Groot is also a nice one. Very situational and it's not broken, it's just useful. Animatsu Z says, I'm kinda surprised it works like this too, because I remember the reveal trailer where they show in Hulk and Iron Man team-ups, they show how Hulk shooting up big gamma energy and then to get him powered up, which now we know Hulk was just shooting his lockdown ability at him for no reason. Plus, an ability description of the Scarlet Witch team-up implies that she has to manually power up Magneto for him to get his sword ability. I have a feeling that the reason they went the way they did with the majority of the team-ups being passive was to make the game easier. I feel like, in the devs' eyes, this game is going to be super casual game, and adding more mechanical and strategical depths than there already is would make the game too hard to approach. Also, imagine selecting Magneto and begging someone to go Scarlet Witch, a current reality, and then you have to hope that they will to play frontline with you and cooperate and giving you sword when you need it. It would be awesome and balanced for group play and high level coordination, and ask for a casual play. All this to say, I agree with you, OP. It sounds fun in theory, but I also understand why they didn't do it like that for most abilities. Inside the Box says, I feel like this happened because there will be a good portion of people who solo queue in the game, and we all know how awful it is to try to coordinate with most randoms. So this makes the team-ups usable in the situations, but the trades-off are extremely brain dead. And Flamingo Taku replied, in theory I completely agreed with you. In practice I had a large number of games in the beta where either I was Punisher and had a Rocket on my team who didn't use a team-up a single time, and just so many games where I went Rocket, threw the beacon right on the top of the Punisher who was already in good position with the beacon placed so he can easily duck into cover if needed, and he immediately run away from the beacon and into the enemy team, dying almost instantly. So yeah, overall people are not really satisfied with the current situation with the team-ups. In my personal point of view, I think that a lot of them are interesting, but some are pretty strange. For example, what about Thor and Storm? I think this one is pretty nice, because they are both using lightnings and stuff, but how the hell Captain America is here? I mean, he never used any lightning abilities, he never used anything like that, so it would perfectly make sense to make his team-up ability with some other heroes. And if the Marvel Rivals will get some kind of a Shocker, or maybe Electro, or maybe other hero or villain with electric abilities, they would make perfect team-up with Storm and Thor. And that would totally make sense. As well as we have other stuff which can be described as not really powerful team-ups. For example, the Groot and Rocket team-up, which were already mentioned, is not really that strong comparing to the Scarlet Witch and Magneto one. Of course, this one was nerfed already, but this one's still really powerful one. As well as some team-ups like Doctor Strange, Hulk and Iron Man team-up, or Star-Lord, Mantis and Adam Warlock team-up, they are all huge because they have really big value. And sometimes we have something like Luna Snow and Namor, which gain kind of a boost for the Namor, but it's not really that strong and not really that interesting comparing to the other heroes I mentioned previously. So yeah, team-ups need a lot of work. But what about the player-based targeting system, not just a passive one? Well, you know, I think that this might look really cool and might be really awesome, but again, the problem with the open solo queues and with some players is that they really don't want to play as a team. They just want to casually run around, shooting around and die instantly. And this is a big problem because you will get a huge disadvantage and the games will be less fun than they are now because you won't be able to get a huge piece of a gameplay because of them. And I think that some heroes still need to have team-up abilities which are actually has to be used on the team-up members to turn them on, but that should be for the really high top-tier difficulty characters and probably for some heroes that are currently in the game. For example, Magneto and Scarlet Witch team-up with power-up ability totally makes sense to me because this is easily the strongest one in the game so far, at least at this point. Anyway guys, this is my thoughts about the team-ups, and the community is really controversial about this problem. Besides this, we also get the announcement of the new heroes, and this time it's Groot. He also got an amazing skin with the Guardian of Galaxy team, and here's the skin flavor. With the simple words and boundless loyalty, Groot was always the heart in his group of the Guardians of Galaxy. Prepare to feel his strength and spirit in Marvel Rivals on December 6 in his new costume inspired by Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Well, honestly, pretty nice costume, pretty simple, but why not? And also, we get the new countdown of 27 characters right now, which still dropping new heroes every day. So I would like to know your opinion, tell me in the comments down below what do you think about the team-up abilities, which are the best for you, which are the worst, and what do you want to see from the Marvel Rivals developers in the closest future. And if you're here for the first time, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and drop a comment to my channel. Thank you, and I see you soon. Hey Rivalers! Sorry for interrupting, but only 1.7% of you subscribe to my channel. To support me and my channel, please subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks!